Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of CAAR, I would like to welcome everyone to CAAR's Value in 2026 Expectation for Dues, Service Fees, and Benefits webinar. I'm Amanda Spagoni. I am the CAAR 2025 President-elect. We understand that these are challenging times, and with the changes in the industry, inflation, and the current market conditions, we appreciate your time to explore how your CAAR membership continues to be a crucial asset to your success. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the CAAR's antitrust statement. The statement ensures that we are encouraging discussions that promote all realtors and does not restrict competition among members or potential members. We work to foster a forum for an open discussion of diverse opinions without attempting in any way to discourage or sanction any business practice. The CAAR antitrust statement will be acknowledged before every CAAR meeting. Next, I would like to welcome the CAAR 2025 Treasurer Woody Fincham and CAAR CEO Abby Tamman to our webinar. If at any time you have a question, please use the Q&A feature in your Zoom toolbar. We will address any questions at the end of the session. I should also mention that the session is being recorded and will be available on CAAR's YouTube channel. To begin our session, Abby will cover some general information about CAAR.
You got it. Thank you, Amanda. It's good to be presenting with you and Woody. This lets me know that it's officially almost time for 2026. I feel like 25 has gone by in a flash. So we're already preparing for what next year looks like, as are you all in the industry as well. So I think we're in sync and want to be prepared. And that's what today's webinar is about, is to give you that 30,000 foot view of CAAR so that you understand all that you can be getting out of the association. I was looking at the attendee list as people were joining, and I see many familiar names. There are several new members, but many familiar names. So theoretically, you know all about all of this information, but I'm thinking that there's a hidden gem in here that you either forgot or didn't know. And I'm excited that this particular webinar will be a good refresher for you so that you feel solid about paying your 2026 dues when you get that email a little bit later on today, in fact. You can see on this particular screen that we are not doing this alone. CAAR is one of 3 realtor organizations that you belong to when you pick up that member mark, the realtor brand. You, of course, come in through CAAR in the local association, but you are also strongly supported by the Virginia Realtors and the National Association of Realtors. Throughout the state of Virginia, there are 28 local associations. So we are one of 28 locals that you could potentially belong to. And based on what I'm hearing about MLS and other activities, you belong to many of these local associations or other MLSs. So a little bit later on in this webinar, we're going to talk to you about how CAAR might be able to help you and your wallet so that you don't have to belong to so many associations and MLSs. So more to come on that one. As your areas of business are expanding, I've been hearing that you all are going further to find listings in different locations, whether it's availability or cost. Your footprint is expanding, but CAAR's footprint remains constant. We have the 5 counties and the city. So when we talk about the Charlottesville area, this is the geographical parameter that we always refer to. So all of the counties on the screen and the city of Charlottesville. So as you know, we are CAAR, but what does that mean? Besides the fact that we're an association, we're also an MLS. We have both residential and commercial. We are a real estate school. We are a conference center, the Hillsdale Conference Center. And of course, you know about the new CAAR Foundation. So all of those entities make up all the activities of the association. We are managed, we are run by the board of directors, but the staff executes what the board has put in place through the strategic plan and the activities of all the committees here. Very small boxes, but all of those boxes represent the different entities that help CAAR plan what it needs to plan in order to meet the strategic initiatives set by the board. There are multiple committees, 8 committees, 13 project teams. I'm trying to find my notes. There's a lot of volunteers, and they comprise approximately 10 to 15% of the membership annually who step up and say that they would like to help us manage the business of CAAR. So through this structure that you see on the screen, All activities are carried out by those committee members, and then notes are carried up to the board so that they know that the strategic plan is being initiated. And the CAAR staff is in the background helping to work all the magic to make sure all the committee activities are coming true. So logistically, that's the 30,000 view of what the association is. I have you up next to talk about the financial decisions that go into all the things that we do at CAAR.
Awesome. Thanks, Abby. And hello to all the attendees out there. It's always a pleasure to work with everybody. So this is the time of the year where we're looking at what's going to happen for our finances and budget for next year. We've spent several months now working with a wonderful budget that Amanda and Abby both handed to me coming in as treasurer at the beginning of the year. And we're moving into, of course, 2026. And all of us are looking at costs right now. I mean, as business owners, we're all evaluating what our ins and outs, our inputs or outputs in our business are. And, we're hoping that everybody out there looks at CAAR as not just MLS access, but also an investment in your business and how you will prove successful in what you're doing. We believe that staying with CAAR gives you the tools, knowledge, and support to overcome any challenges and reach new heights. And the 2026 dues were posted to your CAAR member portal yesterday on September 1st. And I guess Abby was just saying we have an email coming out a little bit later about that. So,
Yes.
and then let's see. So what do we do this year as part of our financial decision matrix? Well, first we reviewed fees individually and as a total package. So we looked at everything as best we could. We continue to prioritize services that provide value to CAAR members. We've evaluated and reduced costs for underutilized services, reviewed demographics of current CAAR membership, trying to be conservative in membership retention projections, and the 2026 budget recommendations analyzed and recommended by multiple volunteer groups. As treasurer this year, I got to meet with all kinds of folks. We had several sessions where people were invited and members were invited in to discuss, and we've got some more of those coming up to here shortly. So what decisions did we end up making? Anticipated membership declined was mitigated to a smaller percentage than we actually planned for. We had planned for 12%, but we actually only saw an 8% decline, which wonderful news. This is better than expected. Retention helped us avoiding a deficit in that particular area. Strategic cost reductions included lowering food and beverage costs for general membership meetings and other meetings, and leveraging NAR, CAAR, and VAR. I'm sorry, NAR and VAR grants to offset operational spending. Control general expenses. We kept overall general expenses under budget for 2025. Reinforcing our commitment to our fiscal discipline. And when we say discipline, Abby runs a tight ship. She knows what she's doing. Adjusted service fees. We did have some increased service fees, which we're going to review here in the next couple of slides. But our actual dues are not going to be raising, but we will have some of the fees that are associated with some things that we do that have gone up as far as our local association goes. So now we're going to talk about our dues with NAR, VAR, and CAAR. So our first category here is the National Association of Realtors dues. Those are not changing. There's no variance between last year to this year. And then when we get over to the Virginia Association, they have a mandated 3% that they do every year. So that is going to be the difference of $6 that you're going to see as far as the state association goes. And then CAAR dues for realtor dues did not change, but affiliate dues are going up $40. And the CAAR affiliate dues for groups and the first two people are $150, excuse me. All right, for our CAAR residential MLS participation, we've got our Paragon service application fee is going up $30. Our MLS only annual dues are going up $50. Then our Paragon service fees are going to increase at $12 per quarter and $4 per month, respectively. And then the MLS support staff fee is going to be $50 and additionally than what it was.
Woody, do you mind if I jump in here? I just wanted to point out a couple of things on this slide.
Sure.
Once you are an MLS subscriber, you don't have to pay that application fee again. So I didn't want folks to take a look at the 2026 column and just add up all the fees and assume that they are going to pay all of those. So when you joined the MLS, whether it was last month or 10 years ago or 20 years ago, you paid that application fee. You will not pay that again. For those folks who are a realtor in another local association but have chosen to also participate in our MLS, they will pay those MLS annual dues of $325. So if you already currently subscribe to the MLS, you again won't have to pay that annual dues fee. You would just pay the quarterly fee, which is the third line, the Paragon service fee. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that they weren't going to see all of those fees show up on their bill. And for anybody who has a support staff person who helps them in the MLS, once you pay that one-time annual fee of $225, that is all you need to pay for the year. And that support person can have access for either the residential MLS and or the commercial MLS. So the one fee gets them into both platforms if you have an assistant. Thank you for that digression. I just we weren't causing any heart palpitations there.
Oh, no problem, Abby. The more information we can put out there, the better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, jumping over to the commercial MLS participation, that is going to change. We're at $18 additionally per quarter, and then the one-time $6. I'm sorry, the application fee works out to $6 a month. And then, as Abby was just saying, if you have a support person and you're doing both residential and commercial, that $50, or I'm sorry, the $225 total, which is an addition of $50, will cover them for both platforms.
Yes. And also just to confirm, both the Catalyst / Moody's platform and the Paragon platform have increased fees from the vendor to CAAR. So CAAR has adjusted the service fee that we are charging you to accommodate the additional fees from those vendors and also to cover the additional features that we are adding to the MLS. And I don't know that we have a slide on that, but I'm going to make a note so that we can talk about those additional features, because in Paragon, those new features will be releasing September 30th. So we'll make sure that we go over those before we end the webinar today. Awesome. And data management, that's where we are.
Okay. All right. So for the, I guess, Abby, the better would be vendors who buy our data and they use it for different services. These fees are going up as well. The MLS data feed registration is going to be $25, which a total of $400 for the year. And then MLS data feed annual fee will be an additional $350 for a total of $1,000 per year. All right, CentriLock, we're going to see the activation fee go up $5 to $65. And then our CentriLock service fee is going to increase $6 a quarter.
And just to reaffirm, anybody who is already a subscriber in the MLSs or with CentriLock, you do not have to pay that activation fee again. You paid that when you joined, whatever day or month or year that was.
So when you look at your bill, you're going to see some suggested contributions that are listed there. You're going to see one for RPAC. And keep in mind, RPAC, and we're also going to talk about the Charlottesville Area Association Foundation, Realtors Foundation. Both of those are donations. You can adjust those to nothing. You can adjust them for more. We're just putting on a suggested amount for both of those. We're suggesting a $40 RPAC for agents and $150 suggested RPAC for brokers. And then we're suggesting a $100 suggested donation for affiliates for RPAC. And then for the foundation, we're suggesting a $40 donation for those of you that are so inclined to make it.
And Woody, those are editable fields.
Yeah, you can change them to whatever you want.
Yep. You could go up. You don't have to go down. You could go up. Awesome. Realtor benefits. So what are you getting for the dollars that you're spending? So the next part of the webinar, we'll talk about specifically benefits that you receive as part of CAAR, NAR, and VAR. So we'll start here. I had talked about that 30,000 foot view. The three associations are working together as the trifecta organization for your business. So you'll see this new diagram that NAR has put out that talks about the three-way agreement so that everybody understands that all organizations are supporting you at every level of your business. And they've highlighted some specific things that you'll find from each of those. The biggest point I want to make here is that all three organizations work together to make you a successful realtor, not just during a transaction or in a contract. We are here to support you 365 days a year. So we'll make this slide available to you at the end of our meeting. We'll send out a summary, which is the video of today's event, and also the PowerPoint so that you have it available. And we'll also be posting this to our YouTube channel. So this information, while small on the screen, will just be good information for you to review as well. The National Association of Realtors, your member marks. When you belong to the association, you are essentially purchasing a membership that gives you the purview to use that Realtor R behind your name. So we just wanted to make sure that we showed you that. And Lauren Graff on our staff is in the background today, working some magic, dropping some links into the chat. NAR has a huge laundry list of different benefits that they provide you, and they come in a number of different categories. So while you'll only see 6 or so topics that are listed on the screen, there are dozens of benefits within each of those categories. I know recently I've been looking at the GE appliance discount that we get as National Association of Realtor members. Even CAAR staff can use those. We want to purchase an all-in-one washer dryer unit for the conference center. So even CAAR staff are looking to see how we can maximize the use of our NAR benefits. So you'll see insurance, travel, if you haven't used their car rental, that's also been helpful. Home and lifestyle, technology, Dell has a discount that you can get if you're interested in purchasing. And of course, NAR also helps you with major certifications and designations, many of which are classes that are hosted here at CAAR. So to kick off your designation or certification journey, generally NAR requires you to take a course. CAAR offers many of them, and then you fill out an application. Sometimes there's a fee, sometimes there's not. But then you can maintain those certifications and designations to show the areas of specialty to your fellow realtors or to your clients. So there's a very long list of wonderful designations that you can take so that you have the specialty knowledge in those areas. Amanda, I've talked about NAR. How about Virginia Realtors?
So yeah, Virginia Realtors offers us some member benefits as well. The most popular ones that I know of that people are taking advantage of are our legal hotline, our forms, Forewarn, which is the safety app, and the tech hotline. And the great thing with the tech hotline is it doesn't have to be business related. If you are having trouble networking or connecting your printer at home, they're available to you to talk you through how to get that fixed or how to get it connected.
Mm-hmm.
The tools provided by CAAR help you streamline your business, saving you both time and money while keeping you competitive. We have the transaction desk. I use that on the regular. Courthouse retrieval system, which we recently faced in Albemarle County not being able to access the GIS, but we were still able to get text data from the CRS data. We have showing time, our single sign-on dashboard, our member portal to pay our bills, to look at the calendar and register for classes. Last year, we revamped the CAAR website. And so now there's for members and for the public part of it. There's the mycar.com, which is our search engine. We have the commercial public service, or public search at the commercial MLS. And then we have dedicated customer support through our different services and products that we offer: Paragon, Transaction Death, Authentisign. All of that's available on our Paragon dashboard. Paragon MLS benefits. CAAR has a residential MLS data share agreement with the Harrisonburg Rockingham Association of Realtors, which includes the city of Harrisonburg and the county of Rockingham. And then we have the Greater Augusta Association of Realtors, which is the Augusta County, Waynesboro City, and Stanton City. CAAR has a bright MLS data share agreement with Albemarle, the city of Charlottesville, Culpeper, Fauquier, Fluvanna, Green, Louisa, Madison, Nelson, Orange, Page, Rappahannock, and Spotsylvania. And we are working on adding additional counties. We don't have a finalized timeline on that, but there are additional counties that are going to be potentially added with the Bright. And then we're looking at other data share agreements as well with other MLSs. So our forward thinking, so we're in discussions with the non-realtor access for residential, the things that we are doing as an association and conversations that we're having is allowing non-realtor access to our residential and commercial MLS. We kind of see that writing is on the wall and we need to figure out ways to combat that. Part of that is creating a separate LLC for our MLS. In addition to also creating a separate LLC for the Hillsdale Conference Center. We're expanding our data share, what I just mentioned, data sharing agreements with other MLSs through the state, and then participating in a statewide data share conversation. So Abby and I were in Chicago last month, and one of the other associations, I believe it was, is it Hampton Roads or Chesapeake, something in that area, approached us about starting the conversation with that data share with them. And then this would also include expanded central lock reciprocity.
Yeah. Amanda and Woody, I think one of the biggest things I want to point out here is that although you're not seeing all the end products, we wanted you to know as part of this webinar and part of our town halls that we conducted throughout the month of August is that your board is trying to be as forward thinking as possible. The industry is not going to look the same in 6, 12, 18 months. And your board is networking, they're talking with other industry professionals, we're maintaining contact with our vendors, and we're trying to understand what's happening in the industry so that CAAR can be ahead of the decisions that need to be made, as opposed to just sitting within these four walls and a door here on Hillsdale Drive and just letting things happen. Your board is active, they're out, they're volunteering, attending events, and understanding what's happening in the industry so that your association can be poised and ready to provide you the same or different or new services so that you continue to be a successful realtor. So these are just very quick bullets of very big conversations that we're having within our groups and our board of directors so that we can position the organization to best support you.
Yes. So additionally, CAAR provides networking events that allow you to tap into a community of over 130 affiliates and 64 partners who can support your business in unique and impactful ways. By participating in CAAR's community and volunteer opportunities, you can build lasting relationships and expand your sphere of influence. These connections lead to new business opportunities. Visit CAAR.com often because we're always adding new affiliates.
Yep. I'm gonna leave the screen up here real quick just in case anybody wants to scan the QR code for the PDF affiliate directory. Makes it nice and easy. Yeah.
And I mean, there's everything in there from home inspectors to mortgage lenders to moving, all sorts of different things, anything that different affiliates that can impact your business. There are various opportunities for you to volunteer your time and energy with CAAR. You can apply to be on the board. You can, a committee or a project team. I believe the volunteer application's open today.
Yep.
And we would love to have you participate. If you want to learn more about each committee, we are having a speed dating September 19th. It's a Friday from 10 to 11 at the Hillsdale Conference Center. It'll be an opportunity to talk to the chair or vice chair or both about what the commitment looks like, what their committee is about, and get a feel for which committee best fits your interests and needs. Please know that you can see any of the meeting minutes from the CAAR groups on the CAAR.com. In addition, if you wanted to be a guest at a future board meeting or a committee meeting, all you have to do is ask, and we're happy to have you. CAAR provides networking events that allow you to tap into the, that's about it.
Yep, you're good. Oh, that's double. Yes, I see where you're going.
I
We have
was
two
like, hold
slides
on,
with
I'm
the same
confused.
text. This one was supposed to talk about general membership meetings and networking. So there are
Yes.
various
So
ways to network.
yes, there's various ways to network. You can, there's the habitat that we have the general membership meetings, which we have our big one next Thursday, the 11th. It is an afternoon meeting rather than a morning meeting. So it's at 2 o'clock. I'm at the Hillsdale Conference Center, but we will have Lawrence Yoon, Danushka, uh, I, I can't pronounce her last name.
Danushka. We'll go with Danushka.
Danushka, who is the vice president of the National Home Builders Association, and Ryan Price, the chief economist for Virginia Realtors, talking about the economics and developmental development stuff around Charlottesville. They do hone in on our area, so it's as close as Abby likes to say sometimes. It's as close to a crystal ball as we can get. But we have some big minds that are going to be in the room. So it's an opportunity, but it's also an opportunity to network with your fellow agents. But there's also the Charlottesville Young Professional Network. They have different professional development, different meetings and stuff that they raise money for different charities. And then we have our community partner volunteer event days, such as Build Days with Habitat for Humanity, food pantries, and so forth. So lots of opportunities to volunteer and give back as well.
Oh, did I skip one? Nope. There we go. The awards program.
Yes. So our awards program and we have awards and program that's typically in March. Isn't that right, Abby? Carla celebrates your achievements and positions you as a leader in the real estate community. We have the Affiliate of the Year, Good Neighbor Award, Hall of Fame, Ethics in Action, Realtor of the Year, Rising Star of the Year, Sales Associate of the Year, and Professional Honor Society.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the professional development stuff that we do here at CAAR. Our educational programs, including national certifications and designations, equip you to adapt and thrive in a constantly changing market. You'll gain knowledge that sets you apart. CAAR offers discounts on essential continuing education and post-licensure education, along with free training on realtor services and products. These, of course, are investments in your expertise. It helps you with your confidence, helps you with your professionalism. And we're doing everything from, post-licensure education, continuing education, broker management, continuing education. Not to read all of them to you. One thing I will mention is the Pat Jensen Leadership Academy. If that's something that you're interested in, I'm a graduate of that. So is Amanda. Our current president, Josh White, is as well. It's great working with folks that we went through those leadership training. And if you have an opportunity to do so, it's a great program.
Woody, can I add one more note for this slide as well?
Please do.
As we're out and about in the town halls and talking with the membership wherever we see them, I have found that many new members do not know about the new member incentive. So any member who joins now or has joined in the last couple of years has had an opportunity to participate in basically an informational process where we provide a drip campaign about CAAR the first year that somebody is a member. If they watch the videos, come to the 2 classes that we suggest, come to general membership meetings, and look at some videos online, that new member has an opportunity to get 50% of their CAAR dues reimbursed back to them just by participating in maybe 5 or 10 minutes worth of activity a month. So the new member incentive, I know that there are some agents on this video who help work with the new agents. Please keep in mind the new member incentive because it does 2 things. Number 1, it puts money back in the pocket of that new agent who probably is paying a lot of bills. And number 2, it shows the commitment that CAAR has for that young member. We want everybody to be successful. And our leadership team years ago identified the strong need for those new realtors to have a little bit more support. So those educational programs and information and videos are all meant to ensure that that person is a sustainable member within the association. So I just wanted to highlight that because we don't have a lot of traffic there. And I think we have some new members with lots of opportunity to get 50% off of their CAAR dues back. Thank you for that little side note there.
Anytime. So our ethical environment here at CAAR, as realtors, we all abide and act by the Realtor Code of Ethics and Standards of Practice. If a complaint is filed, you will be heard by grievance review, ethics, and arbitration hearing panels as needed. Ability to serve on the Professional Standards Committee if you're going to do so, you have to go through mandatory training. It just, CAAR takes this very seriously. Everybody that I've worked with on the board over the last several years, they all hold ethics near and dear to their heart, and everybody wants to, they want to work together in a very ethical fashion, which is it's awesome. It's a great collegial environment that we have here.
Clicker's not clicking, Woody. Hold on just a second.
Ruh-roh.
There we go. There we go. That brings it to me. We're looking at the beautiful CAAR and Hillsdale Conference Center. Many of you who have been in the office recently know that we've gone through that renovation, and I personally believe that the inside does not look like the outside. We have a stunning space that was built for the highest and best use of this membership, and we hope that all of you participate in classes and come and drop by. Since COVID, you all are doing your business differently. So we are here for you via email, phone, or in person. We would love to have you and talk to you either way. But this is just a good reminder of our office hours. We are happy to see you. We're happy to answer any questions. And in true CAAR fashion, if we don't have the exact answer, we are going to find the source of information for you. So you can find us 24/7 on the website. The new website is an amazing resource. You can search by a member need or a member of the public need. So it's open to you 24/7, but we'd also love to talk to you on the phone or email or in the office. The Hillsdale Conference Center has been an amazing resource for CAAR, not only for the revenue that it's generating for us. Non-dues revenue is gold to this association. So we made it a significant investment in the building, and it is paying dividends. It's not only providing us a location to host our events, it's also become a location for many, many, many local activities. As we sit down and look at the rental activity for the Hillsdale Conference Center, most of it is coming from members of the public, people who want to host weddings, celebrations of life, birthday parties. Both Amanda and Woody have rented the facility for their own families. So we are here to meet any of your needs. The Hillsdale Conference Center has a website that will talk to you about some of the specialty areas that we can offer. But we hope that we can be a location for one of your upcoming events, whether it's fun or social, or even your brokerage, having a brokerage meeting here. Advocacy. We've talked a little bit about advocacy today, but I believe that this is one of the big activities that CAAR can provide you. You are a realtor and an affiliate member who's doing your day-to-day job. You don't have time to go to the Hill, the Capitol, and say, Mr. Representative, I need XYZ to be more successful, or I need this bill to be voted upon this way so that we ensure private property rights. You have a CAAR staff team who does that. You also have a Virginia Realtors advocacy team who does that for you. So advocacy is one that kind of happens in the background and you only hear about it occasionally, but it's a year-long effort. We have a public affairs committee that gathers up all of the current issues happening in our area, and then we help to propose legislation to the Virginia Realtors team so that they can take it forward to your delegates and representatives to either change or enhance, add or delete legislation that would help you do your work better and more efficiently. So we are constantly trying to advocate and be the voice of the realtor with our local politicians. And as such, we also raise money so that we have funds in order to do that. And we raise Realtor Political Action Committee funds that then helps to sponsor many of the events that you see on the screen. We, as CAAR, bring your legislators to you at the December Pancakes and Politics event. So we have the one that's scheduled coming up in 2025. Again, because we have those RPAC dollars that we've raised, we can, as an association, pay for that breakfast for you and also make sure that your realtors are here to understand your current circumstances so that they have that mindset available when they're voting on legislation at next year's session. We also have Realtor Day on the Hill, where we go to where they're working. We go to the Capitol and talk with them one-on-one in their offices, again, about how we protect private property rights, how we promote affordable housing, and how they can support us in those activities. So there's a lot of give and take. And in between, we know that we have advocacy efforts happening through Neil Williamson and the Free Enterprise Forum. Our Virginia Realtors folks are actually visiting them pretty much daily when they're in session. So lots of opportunities for us to help influence legislation that makes you more successful. We do have, I believe it's coming up, the next slide talks about how you can help us raise those funds. Woody talked about that contribution, that you have the suggested $40 amount on your dues billing, but you can also give throughout the year. We have one event coming up in September. If you're going to give money, let's have a little fun. So the RPAC committee has created a Create, Chill, and Chat at Picasso Swig. So we're going to do some art. We're going to have some fun. We'll have some food and beverage. We're going to network with each other, and we're going to learn a little bit more about how we're spending your RPAC dollars. So we would love to see you there. Communications. I'm doing a lot of that. Whew, lots of stuff. CAAR meets you where you are. We know that many of you are email lovers. Some people like to get information from Facebook. We have multiple social channels where we can meet you with the information that you need. I'm hoping that everybody, even though the CAAR office was closed, we still sent you a Monday news group item, and it provides the highlights that you need to know for this week, activities that are coming up, important changes that have been made, and reminders about things for the MLS. So that weekly news group email is a key source of information, and our members have said that it's important to them. We have about, Amanda and Woody, I can't remember the percentage. I'm going to say a 65% open rate for that email. We talked about that at the town halls, and I can't remember the statistic, but it's a really high ratio. So we know that a lot of people are getting information from that email that we send out every Monday, but you can see on the screen, there's lots of other social channels that we use to send out some information. Also on the screen is the market report and the monthly indicator reports. Those are statistics, a shot in time about what's happening in our local market. And we hope that we can provide that to you so you can use it for your own business and that you can share it with your clients. As your clients are coming to you talking about what they want to do they want to sell, do they want to buy, you can use that tool that CAAR provides you in partnership with Virginia Realtors to show them the most current snapshot in time so they can make the best educated decision. So those market reports and monthly indicator reports are a huge tool, and you can take that information and make it your own in your own channels. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we're wrapping up already.
Well,
all good stuff.
Great. So we want to thank everyone for attending the webinar. Please use the Q&A feature if you have any to send us any questions, and please know the benefits of CAAR membership and extend beyond what can be measured purely in dollars. It is about being part of a community that supports your growth and success over the long haul. So now do we have any questions in the Q&A?
We may. So Lauren Graff on our team has been monitoring. Lauren, could I ask you to chime in if there's anything that we need to respond to?
Yeah, so far we have not really gotten any Q&A questions about any of the specific slides. I know we did have one question that was asking in the beginning if this was for realtors, which it is. So
Realtors and affiliates, any member. You bet. And I'm just looking at my note. I made a note that said September 30th deadline. You've been seeing a couple of things coming out in news group and probably on our social channels, reminding you of some changes that are happening within the MLS on September 30th so that we can comply with recent NAR mandates. So we have things that we must do because we partner with NAR, and we must update our platform. The MLS homepage is a fantastic source for any change that we're providing you. We give at least 30 to 45 days notice, and the information is spelled out either on the homepage or in a supporting website. So I know that the very first topic was about the September 30th changes. Additionally, because we've recently renewed our Paragon Residential MLS contract, we have a couple of new features that are going to be launched, and you've seen some of those trickle out in News Group. We will be implementing AI tools that will help you upload a picture into the MLS and then identify any active listing that has a similar feature to the picture that you've uploaded. So if your clients, for instance, are hardcore set on a Korean kitchen countertop island, you can upload that picture and the MLS will identify what other pictures in active listings match that search. So we're starting to get into the AI-based search tools so that they can make you more efficient, which is very exciting. We will also be implementing the Paragon Connect native app so that you can access all of your listings on your Paragon Connect app, on your phone, on your iPad, and you can even do listing input and maintenance from those devices. So that will launch for us on September 30th as well. Amanda and Woody, am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Lots of good stuff. I'm going to put out a last call for questions.
We did have someone in the Q&A just
Nice.
ask about involving membership, adding other cities for database, who may not know the area. It's saying it is no bonus to members who don't go that far away.
Yes, I certainly understand. Amanda and Woody, do you want to tackle this one and I can chime in?
I would just say, unfortunately, like we cannot restrict who can sell and not sell in our area and in our footprint. And so while I think that the number of transactions has definitely overall decreased, as we've seen from years past, I think that it's got realtor members, whether they're in our association or outside of our association. Everybody's footprint has expanded. And so it's going to be really up to you as a realtor to provide. It's going to be about your service and what you can provide. And there's no way to restrict, and we shouldn't restrict competition. So but what we're trying to do with our expansion is to provide more service to our members so that they are able to go to the areas that they need to go to get the business that they want to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. So there you go.
The member clarified saying it's database. I'm mentioning ask membership if they want to be involved.
For the data shares. Yes, and we're receiving that feedback through our MLS committees, our operations committee, and our board of directors. So any of the data shares that we enter into are a result of discussion at the member level first before staff is instructed to implement those data shares.
For sure. We have that's the great thing about the any of the data shares, any of the member benefits go through multiple channels before they get released. So they they can start as small as a project team to committees to be sent up to the board for approval. And then they're discussed and approved at several different levels. So typically it's not a board of director. It's not the board of directors
Sole decision.
sole decision on
Mhm.
any benefits.
Yeah. And I would also, Lauren, do you mind if I add one real quick thing? Do you? Okay, awesome. And I would also say that when we have the data shares, your clients are finding listings in all the public portals. So what we like about the data shares is that it's giving you the behind the scenes information and all the listing input information so that you can talk accurately and correctly to your clients who are more than likely finding that on a big search engine. So yes, we're beyond just the 5 counties and the city in our original footprint, but the data shares allow us to have very specific details to make you more successful when you're talking with your clients.
It's being asked if a survey could be done asking for their feedback on this topic.
We take several points throughout the year to ask for member feedback. If anybody on the webinar would like to send me an email or talk with President Josh or President-elect Amanda or Treasurer Woody, we would love to talk with you one-on-one before we can launch a survey that would be a member survey. So for an immediate response, we'd love to chat with you via email or phone. CAAR.com has the board listing with their contact information, and it also has the CAAR staff contact information. So we would love to connect afterwards.
And I also think if you're concerned about like the direction that the board is going, or the decisions that are being made at the board level or in any of the committees, is get involved. That's the best way to help the association and to enhance your business is to be involved and to then you're going to be in the know of that. That's why I got involved. Is I like to be in the know, as everybody will tell you. That I always say that is so then you can be aware and you're helping form and be informed and help form the direction in which the board and the association is going.
Agreed. Excellent. Lauren, what else do we have?
That was the last one that I've seen.
Okay. Well, Woody, I know that you have a couple of announcements to make before we officially close. Can't forget the good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. This Thursday, we've got the CAAR Foundation is doing a benefit at Pro Renata Farm Brewery. I believe we're going to have what I understand to be a really good cover band, and there's going to be some food and, of course, some brewskis and that kind of stuff. We'd love to have everybody out. There's still some tickets left, and I'm sure the foundation would love for you to come on out. And then let's see here. Also, don't forget to register for the Annual Development and Economic Summit on Thursday, September 11th. That's going to be in the afternoon from 2 to 4:30 at the Hillsdale Conference Center. It is the closest to a crystal ball you will get on the future of the real estate industry. And Lawrence Yoon, who is coming to do this for us, I mean, what a wonderful speaker. And the young lady who's coming with him as well. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name.
Danushka.
Okay, if you say so. But I've seen them both speak. I've seen Lawrence speak many times. Dr. Yoon is of course, internationally recognized as one of the best economists for real estate in the world. So, try to make that out if you can. It's always a wonderful, and I wouldn't be fair to Ryan Price if I didn't mention him. Ryan's our economist at the state. Brian's a great economist as well, and helps, I've sat in on a couple of the quarterly marketing economics meetings that we do for our stuff here at CAAR with Josh and Amanda this year, and he does a wonderful job. Him and his staff are a great resource and benefit that we have. So make sure you can register and make it out if you can.
Awesome. And that's it. Amanda, any closing words of wisdom?
I don't think we're always here to support you. The resources, connections, and advocacy that come with your CAAR membership are designed to help you not only survive, but thrive in any market. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.